Hello there folks, Bonkekook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, continuing our Lawn Mowing Simulator Challenge coverage with Amateur Challenge number 4, the Front Garden of Old Nook Cottage. This is the same challenge, or same contract that you start your career mode off with. However, we have a much better mower than you would have had to do that contract in career mode, so while the 20-minute time limit may be daunting if you're coming from just doing the career mode version, don't worry, you'll have plenty of time. We don't even have that much to worry about as far as fines. In fact, the only thing you really have to worry about with fines is hitting flowers with your weed eater. Sorry, string trimmer. I grew up calling them weed eaters, so that's going to slip out. We're going to start by edging all the way around the garden. We'll use our mower and finish everything off, and we'll have a few minutes remaining more than likely. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So we run around, grab our string trimmer, and don't be too cautious with the string trimmer. Don't hit every flower along the way like I just did there, but you can afford to hit a few flowers, and in the name of speed, you also only need to cut 99% even of the grass, so you have a whole percent of wiggle room. When you get to these wooden enclosures, we're going to do my patented circle technique to clean all of the grass up. It's easier than trying to get your mower into that spot. It's just a pain to try to shove the mower in there and pull it back out. And once we get to the bench, we're going to do the circles again, just so we don't have to run and get too close to the bench and risk a collision penalty. On this back wall here, just do your best. The bushes are very annoying, making it very difficult to see exactly where you need to cut. There's a couple of spots where it gets very dark, and it can be difficult to see where the edge of the grass is. So just do your best. Again, you have a whole percentage point of grass that you can miss and still pass the challenge, so you don't have to stress about getting every piece of grass from every spot. The most important thing when using the string trimmer, especially on these earlier challenges, is to make sure you're edging the end of the lawn so that your mower can go through without hitting a bunch of flowers. As you can see, we made it all the way around, so we're going to go edge our flower gardens here. And again, don't worry too much if you destroy some flowers. We've barely been penalized, so we can afford to kill a flower or two. Yeah, there we go, some bloodshed. Who says Lawn Mowing Simulator isn't violent? Again, at this point, we have so much wiggle room for penalties that I'm more interested in getting everything done quickly than I am in being careful here. Obviously, practice. You can use this to practice too and see how quickly you can edge around these flower beds and stuff like that for when you get to the expert level of challenges. So that's something you're going to have to learn to do, but some of the flower beds that you need to do it on are easier to do so than these ones. So with that done, drop off your trimmer. And I prefer to cut in first person mode, so we're going to do that. And we need to cut to a 3 to 4 centimeter height, which means we have to get to 380. So I'm going to cut with the left side of my mower all the way around. And do my best not to run into the flowers. we're gonna angle the camera here so we can kind of see where the bushes are and where the grass is behind them before we get on top. And I think that's basically all of the bush areas, so we can recenter the camera. Sorry, I know that perspective can be a little weird. The first-person perspective in general can be a little weird. We're also cutting with the left side of the mower because we discharge on the right, and if you try to cut with the right side, the game constantly tells you you're leaving clippings behind, which is annoying. So, with the edged, we're in really good shape here. And now we don't really have to worry about anything except the 3 flower beds we still need to cut around, but do be cautious of overloading your engine. If you do see the overload pop up, start tapping your accelerator. That's a technique you're going to want to get used to for the time challenges specifically. Not so much at the amateur and professional level, but at expert level for sure. That allows you to continue cutting without stopping your mower completely, and every second counts on the expert levels. So, but at this level, just you can tap the accelerator, and you can see I'm doing that right now because we were getting close to overloading there. And then if you did overload, just keep an eye out for the spot that you may have left some grass behind on your next pass. You can also use the Pro View and double check to make sure you got everything if you need to. In the bottom left hand corner you have your little engine condition health bar basically that indicates whether or not you are overloading, or if you've overloaded your engine, how much damage you've done to it. As long as you're not running your engine while you've overloaded it, you should not have any problems with your health bar. But you'll notice there's a red line on that health bar, and if the health bar drops below that red line, then you automatically fail the challenge. So do get good at managing your overloads and using the tap method or dropping your finger off the accelerator completely to stop from mowing when you see that red bar or the odometer go red like it just did there. Immediately stop tapping the accelerator, or start tapping it, or stop pressing it. You can also, if you're cutting with the left side of your mower, just kind of move to the left a little bit so you're cutting less grass at once. There's a few different ways you can try to handle the overloads. Sorry about that. In time challenges, I recommend either tapping or doing the tapping the accelerator, or just changing the direction that you are or changing how much of the grass you're cutting at once. So like I said, if I overload, just kind of tap to the right so I'm trying to cut less grass. That way you don't lose your speed, you're continuing to cut. And then when you make your lap back around, you can check to make sure that you didn't leave any grass behind at the spot that you overloaded. We're going to jump out here and edge this flower bed. And once again, we started overloading our engine there. And we're going to get this flower bed done, and then we'll be done with edging the flower beds. Okay, we are all set. Again, you don't have to worry about the engine overloads too much at this stage, but you do want to get in the habit of learning how to handle them so that when when you get to the expert challenges, if you plan on doing them, of course, you are prepared for the level of frustration from overloads. And believe me, it will be there. It will be frustrating. In fact, the very first challenge is an exercise almost exclusively in managing your overloads. Nothing else is really going to cause you to fail. It's just making sure that you can cut at a good pace without overloading your engine too much. So, if nothing else, that is the one skill you should learn that is most useful on the expert level. But as you can see, we're already above 75% of the lawn cut, and we still have 10 minutes left. We are probably going to finish this with 5 or 6 minutes left, which is a lot. We were overloading our engine because we weren't paying attention there, but it didn't cause us to miss any grass, as you can see. And I do appreciate the zero-turn mowers, which is we're using one of them right now. I don't know. I've never used riding mowers in my life, in real life, because I've never had a lawn big enough to need it. But it feels really smooth, to be honest with you, to have the zero-turn mower. I feel like I'm almost making a commercial for lawnmowers here. And there we go. We finished the cut with 7.5 minutes left. We missed all of that grass there, but it's not all that important. You can finish it off if you want to. As always, you can drive forward on the ramp if you have fines to give, but driving forward onto the ramp does always hit you with like a 30-cent penalty, so keep that in mind. As always, if you have any questions for me, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.